Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia.
Have you heard of the expression cool as a cucumber?
Have I heard of the expression cool as a cucumber?
So it comes from the fact that eating cucumbers actually cools down the blood.
Seriously? Michael Kelly, have you nothing better to be doing than Googling dad facts about vegetables?
No, I don't actually.
Woohoo! We're growing cucumbers!
Also, I'll be looking at an amazing global food programme that GIY are getting involved with.
And I'm in Wexford finding out how herbs are grown on a grand scale.
And resident chef Katie will be bashing a few cucumbers into a delicious meal. No, really, she will. What do you think of our new polytunnels?
I think they are absolutely gorgeous.
They're deadly, aren't they? And where else would you get them, like in
I
a
know.
city, urban location
They're
like that?
brilliant. I am actually ridiculously excited to be growing cucumbers.
Oh, yeah.
I love them. They are one of those vegetables that there is a discernible difference between a yummy, proper
Yeah.
homegrown one and a mawkish, imported, covered in plastic one.
Yes.
So I have no idea how to grow them.
They will grow to up to about 10 foot, a healthy
Wow.
plant. So they're a vine, very similar, grown in very similar way to tomatoes.
Okay.
So they need lots of the head height that we have in here. And from each one, you're going to get about, again, with a very healthy plant, up to 20 cucumbers from it.
Oh, that's deadly.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And the higher it goes, the more cucumbers you're going to get as well. So we've got two varieties we're going to do. We've got a fairly straightforward one called Cassandra.
Okay.
And the second one, this always gives me a giggle. This one's called Burpless.
Okay.
So you know the way sometimes, well, you wouldn't know this because you're such a lady, obviously, but
Such a lady.
sometimes cucumbers make you burp.
Okay.
Because the skins are hard to digest, but this is very low in the compound that causes
The burping.
the burpiness.
The burp
so
factor.
hence it's called Burpless.
Are we doing potting compost? Like, how hungry are they for the seeds?
Well, no, they're only going to be in here for a couple of weeks, so seed compost is fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the usual overfill?
Usual overfill jobby. Okay, so you ready?
Yeah.
So I think you should do the Cassandra. I think that sounds like the kind of
Cassandra,
variety
my
you
best
do.
mate from Bristol Uni.
And I'll do the Burpless. Not too small seed, nice and
yeah.
easy to work with. So
Hang on, let me ask a question. Do we plant them on the sides so that the...
You do. You are.
Yes.
My God. Literally stick them down about a centimetre deep.
Okay, are we done?
Yeah, let's bring them down to the glasshouse
Why are we bringing them down to the glasshouse?
because that's where we're going to keep them.
Why did we not just do all that down at the glasshouse?
Because I wanted to show you my polytunnel.
Oh my God, you need to get out more. It's been about 3 weeks since we planted the cucumber seeds and it is time to move them on. But first, I have a very important question to ask. Michael Kelly, what are you doing up the ladder?
Well, you know, I always like kind of getting a height advantage when I'm talking to you. It makes me feel sort of powerful. So we've got our cucumbers ready for planting, right? And like they're a vine, very similar to tomatoes, so they're going to get up to 8 to 10 foot, 3 to 4 metres. And so we're going to grow them up this twine. So we're just going to tie this in, fairly simple knot, one string for each cucumber plant we're going to plant, right?
So did you have to dig deep there for the old Boy Scouts knot knowledge?
Not really, it's a very simple round turn and 2 half hitches. Down I come.
Down he comes.
They are growing really, really well in here and starting to run out of food a little bit. So normally we go with kind of a handful of the seaweed dust and the poultry manure pellets. We're going to kind of triple that.
Woo! The boom is back, people. The boom is
We're
back.
going absolutely mad. So I'm going to hand you this. This
Thank
is the
you.
seaweed dust and
Okay.
I've got the poultry manure pellets. and we get 3 handfuls of each into this area. Yeah?
You know, you say 3, yeah. You know what that means in like Karen O'Donoghue
That's like
terms.
5.
Yeah.
We're going to do two rows with 3 plants in each row for this. So I'll just start with dig a hole a little bit bigger than I suppose the module itself, because we want enough space for this. So what I do is just hold it kind of, you want it to be nice and tight so there's a bit of tension in it. Don't have it kind of too loose, and just sort of put a bit of soil in that and kind of hold it.
Okay.
Now if you hand me one of those. So just put that in on top, and then put your soil back in around, and that's it. And it's not big enough to kind of trail around this yet, but as it grows, we'll encourage it at the start, and then it'll find it itself. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to space these about 30 centimetres apart, which is about the width of the trowel.
Right, that was pretty specific. We have a plan. I'm going to get planting.
For now, we're just going to give them a really good watering in, because roots love water, so it's a great way to encourage them to get established. Give them a good watering, good drink now at this stage, and the roots will go off in search of that water. So we don't need to worry about, with tomatoes, you're always worried about getting moisture on the leaves. It causes disease and stuff. We don't need to worry about that with cucumbers. They like a kind of a good humid environment.
Okay.
Plenty of water on top of these, and we're going to be watering nearly every day.
Oh, right, crikey.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to set up a rota.
Having told Karen that you can't grow cucumbers in containers, I'm feeling a little guilty. So I'm on the hunt for something that Karen can plant. And amazingly, I found something. So this is called Cucamelon.
Oh, Mick, that's very sound.
I've only seen them grown once. They're not a vine like cucumbers, but they produce these tiny little things that look like a melon,
Okay.
but taste like a cucumber. And you get, like, hopefully...
Oh my God, Cucamelon.
Yeah.
Who
Who knew? And then, even worse did I feel, I decided to grow this for you. So this is called Tiny Tot. This variety, I kid you not.
Okay.
It's called Tiny Tot, and it's a snacking cucumber, so it's about that size, like a pickle.
For growing outside?
For growing outside. Apparently, we'll do okay on a balcony.
I'm lost for words.
Yeah, so you need to look after that. I'm going to take these back.
When you say look after, what do you mean?
There is, well, I mean, like, keep it alive would be good. And there is proof now that this was alive when I gave it to you.
The pressure of keeping a tiny tot alive.
So the latest statistics tell us that there are 7 billion people on this lovely planet that we all share. But by 2050, that's going to be 9 billion. And we already know that the food system places a really unsustainable strain on the resources of this planet. Most of us want to take action, but we're not really sure what to do. And in GIY, we came across an amazing global program, which is putting chefs front and center in changing the way we think about sustainable food.
So tonight is the launch and the announcement that Grow HQ and GIY are going to be the hub for Chefs Manifesto, and tonight is really the start of our journey, and we're really excited about it.
Chefs Manifesto was set up to concentrate on Sustainable Development Goal 2, which concentrates totally on zero food waste and to end hunger, world hunger, by 2030. In terms of food, it's about 40 to 45 harvests is all that's left for farmers till the planet's gone beyond repair. And I think the idea of getting chefs involved through these hubs globally to change how chefs buy food, how they cook food, and also to use their customer base and people that eat in their restaurants to change their mindset as well and what they can do at home around achieving zero waste.
You're all very welcome to the launch of the Chefs Manifesto in Ireland.
Tonight's menu is based on zero waste. I made a call of restaurants around Waterford, and they donated us what they think is wasted food, and we turned that into a fine dining dinner.
That's what the whole night is about, showcasing what zero waste looks like. And a lot of people go, oh, you guys are cooking from a bin or something. We're not cooking from bins. We're diverting food, getting to bins. So rather than throw it away, we got it in tonight and we're cooking great food with it.
I still remain really optimistic about the idea that the personal change that we make in our lives can have a huge impact, and if we can get enough people to make those incremental changes, then you have the power to change the world, absolutely.
Grow, Cook, Eat, proudly sponsored by Board Bia. Grow, Cook, Eat, proudly sponsored by Board Bia.
Didn't I tell you?
Amazing, aren't they?
They're so beautiful.
Come here, quick count, right?
Yeah.
16, 17, something like that, cucumbers coming already.
And what are they, like not even a quarter of their height yet?
Well,
Or
exactly.
they are a quarter,
I mean,
sorry.
eventually they'll go all the way to the top and they'll come all the way back down again if you let them. They do have their own little tendrils, you can see, right? But they're not very successful at climbing.
Okay.
So you have to kind of tie them in very gently, because if you break the plant, it's game over.
Okay, so they do need a little bit of help.
They need a bit of help
to wrap around.
Yeah. And also similar to tomatoes, they produce side shoots. And all that is basically it's trying to produce way more plant, and you end up with a really unfocused plant with no, too much energy being spent on growing leaves, not enough energy being spent on producing cucumbers. So we're going to pinch them out. They love humidity, so we water them from overhead and you get that moisture on the leaves and lots of heat in here, and they're doing really, really well.
It's a harvest, but not just any harvest. The harvest we probably thought was never going to happen. Cucumbers!
Tiny tot rocks.
Outside cucumbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never grown cucumbers outside before.
And I'd never grown cucumbers full stop.
And you love cucumbers.
I love cucumbers.
And these are absolutely brilliant. Like
Yeah.
what you generally hear about people growing cucumbers outside is that the skins are kind of tough and even a bit hairy and spiky. But these are absolutely amazing.
Loads of new baby
Yeah,
cucumbers.
loads of new ones. So I counted 6 or 7 yet to come and 2 ready to be harvested there.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye on it, and if it needs a feed, a liquid feed, we'll give it one.
Okay.
Yeah? But check this out. This is the Cucamelon.
It's amazing.
Isn't it doing deadly?
Yes, indeed.
Each place you see one of these little yellow flowers, that's where the cucamelons are coming. There's nothing hugely recognisable as a cucamelon yet, but you can see it just starting to come there. So the only thing I think we need to do is just water both of them. We need to they need plenty of water, and that's it. While Karen is basking in her cucamelon glory, I need to get back to the main crop, as I've still got loads of work to do. We're hoping this is going to stay cropping for a long time to come yet, and it's got a really heavy requirement for nitrogen. Huge big plants needs plenty of feed to keep it happy. So we've got some nitrogen pellets here, which we're going to just sprinkle around the base of the plants, probably about a handful on each. So the burpless variety unfortunately got powdery mildew, and it's been quite so bad you can see it really clearly, a white mold on the leaves. You'd think it comes from excessive moisture, but actually it's a problem of too dry. When you get this problem though, there's quite a simple treatment for it. So we use just simple milk. We use slimline milk because if you use full fat milk it can get very smelly on the leaves, but you use 10 parts water to 1 part milk. And we just pour it over the leaves, and we'll keep doing that and hope for the best. Right, so that's them fed, watered, treated. So we'll be back here to harvest in a couple of weeks' time.
If you've brought herbs home from the supermarket recently, they more than likely came from here, Gleneely in County Wicklow. And if, like me, you've also tried to grow on said herbs, you've probably had varying degrees of success. So I've come to find out how you grow herbs on a commercial scale and to pick up a few tips.
It starts off its life as a seed on top of a compost pot. In some cases it's 20, 30 or 40 seeds per pot. That goes into a germination room for approximately 6 to 10 days, depending on the variety. Once it's kind of sprouted and it's got some root structure, it's put into a nursery area where it's kind of treated with overhead watering and to get the root structure down into the pot. Once the herb has kind of established, it goes into a normal production flow, which is it's spaced, and then it's approximately maybe another few weeks to actual finished product. So in some cases that's 4 weeks, and in some cases it's a total of 6 weeks.
If you had to give top tips for growing herbs, what would they be?
If you're growing herbs in a container, your biggest challenge is probably going to be the watering. So I'd say less is more. Certainly the idea of a clump of herbs is good. They're all together, you can pick them all at once. If you want to get longer life out of your herb, get a bigger pot, do it in the warmer months of the year from April onwards. The herbs don't like, too much of a draft or too much wind. Good deal of sunlight. Herbs do thrive in sun. It's not too shady. Single-use plastic, obviously a very hot topic with consumers, and it's fed right back to the producer. So we work with our packaging suppliers, and they've developed packaging that is compostable. So it's no longer a contaminant in the environment. We've tried to make it user-friendly.
Okay.
So what you have here is a little device where you literally tear away the top half.
Okay.
So instead of having your plastic pot, you basically just use your home compostable bag.
No scissors or teeth needed.
No scissors or teeth needed.
Deadly.
So it's a dress down pot.
Okay. And are you doing all of your range in these?
This is new to market. This is less efficient way of production, so it costs us more. But we think it's something that the consumer maybe is prepared to pay a touch more for because there's less packaging on their kitchen counter.
Only a few weeks on, and I'm excited to say, it's Cucamelon harvest time! Yay! Aren't they the cutest thing you have ever seen? Well, as far as I'm concerned, the Cucamelon experiment was a resounding success. Look at them! So, can we try them now?
You can. Have you had them before?
No. Sure, this was. I didn't even know they existed as a vegetable. So hang on now. Am I going to be expecting them to taste like cucumbers or like melons? Because they look like melons.
The clue is in the name, I suspect. But sure, give it a try. See what you think.
Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Tastes like chicken.
Really? So they're a really nice snack, aren't they?
They are a really nice snack. So here, you ready? Thank you.
What?
Yeah, thanks a million. It was a really nice gesture, a really nice gift.
I don't know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. You've
Well,
never
maybe
said
it's
thank
just
you.
proof that everything and anything is possible in Container Corner.
You could get me a pair of socks for Christmas.
Deal.
Cucamelons sorted. Time to get back to the cucumbers in the glasshouse. Look at the size of these cucumbers. Like they have just kept growing and growing. They're up to about 9 foot tall, I guess, at this stage. They're still growing. And the weight in a cucumber as well, fully grown, is substantial. And this plant, like spindly and kind of viney as it is, has to support about 30 or 40 of these at a time. And the way it does that is that as it's growing up, the way it's sending out these little tendrils, which grab onto the twine that we've put in place, and that's what gives it its supports. And it's so specific that it looks like we've kind of tied these in up here onto the twine, but we haven't, of course. That's just nature doing its magic. And that's what it allows it to support all this weight as it grows. It's absolutely incredible. Enough chatting. Let's get harvesting. Look at the size of these. Absolutely brilliant.
That they are, Mick. That they are. And now it's time for Katie to do her thing and turn these cucumbers into a gorgeous dish for us. Smashed cucumber pickle.
And I'm going to serve it alongside a homemade miso soup. First, I'm going to get the miso soup on. And I'm going to put some water in here. And what we're going to do is just make a little seaweed stock. Generally that's made with kombu, which is a type of seaweed. In Ireland we call that kelp, and you can find it on the beaches. But today we're going to make it with some wakame. So we're just going to put a little bit of this in here and you'll see it will get really big. So that's on a low heat. I'm going to leave it to do its thing. I'm going to grab a skillet or like a rolling pin or something heavy, and I'm going to start working on my cucumbers. So this is a bit fun. So I'm looking for about the thickness of like kind of pita bread, so a little bit more. There we go. So I'm just going to chop the remaining flesh into kind of rough pieces. So I'm going to put a bit of salt on there. And that's going to just draw out some of the liquid. So I'm going to start by getting my pickling liquor on. So I've got some rice wine vinegar, and there's some sunflower oil, and a little bit of sugar. I'm just going to top and tail my garlic. And then I'm just going to microplane straight in. And then with my ginger, and then I'm going to chop this chili straight in. So I'm heating up my sesame seeds, and then I'm going to put them directly into my pickle. So this looks perfect, and then straight away they're just going to go in there, and I really want to get that sizzle. And these, they're still warm, and I want them to go straight on there. So I'm going to put them in the fridge to make them extra refreshing. I'm going to come back to my miso soup. So I've got my seaweed stock that's ready to go. And then I've got this jar of homemade miso. So this was made in 2016, so it's about 5 years old. This is kind of a shiro miso, so a light miso. And I'm just going to put a few tablespoons in. The seaweed stock itself, if you boil that, it's going to lose its really nice kind of delicate taste. And then miso, because it's a fermented product, you also don't want to boil that because then you lose the kind of the health benefits.
Ooh, look at this. Hello.
I was expecting a salad.
Don't lie, Michael Kelly, you were hoping for a gin cocktail.
Well, I'm always looking for a gin cocktail. But
So we've done like Asian-inspired cucumber pickle, and like when I'm making something like that, I always have loads and loads of bits on the table. So I've got miso soup, some rice, yeah. So I got a really big skillet pan and kind of made a mess of your kitchen.
Oh, so that's what's in your hair and up on the walls, and okay.
did you really?
Yeah, well, I made a bit of a mess. It's all gone now, yeah. That's
Okay.
like my peanut rayu that would taste delicious with all that.
Bring it to come to mama. This is definitely good.
And-
May I have a spoon? Now.
Yeah, so that's right, mix it all in. That's exactly, you know, that kind of meal where you have loads of different bowls and plates.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Is it? May I?
Yeah, yeah.
Could eat that, drink that, stroke eat that all the live long day. That's beautiful.
So that's one cucumber down, Mick. What are we going to do with the other 490 cucumbers?
I don't know, Karen. That's an awful lot of gin and tonic, I guess. But for now, we'll just eat this.
While we tuck in, why not log on to growcookie.ie for all the info you'll need to get growing in your garden. See you next time back in Grow HQ when we will be tackling a tricky veg as we grow broccoli.
Nearly.
Nearly. And both Mick and I will be out and about finding more interesting and unique food stories from around the country. See you then.
Grow, Cook, Eat. Proudly sponsored by Board Bia.